Hi, I am Bhargavi Raval and I am a fashion designer and a fashion mentor, also a fashion stylist. Now, in my career, I have spent almost 10 to 15 years in Bollywood, designing for movies, ad films, music videos, lots of serials. Now, this video, I'm going to talk about fashion styling as a career option. So, starting first with the most important thing, what is the difference between a fashion designer and a fashion stylist? So as a designer, you're going to make the garment. So right from what fabric you're going to use, what silhouettes you're going to use, the cuts, the style, all this thing is a job of a fashion designer. Dealing with the carigers, dealing with the tailors, getting the actual dress made. That is a job of a fashion designer. Now, job of a fashion stylist is not necessarily to make the clothes. It's styling the clothes. That is coordinating the overall look of the garment. So, as a stylist, it's not restricted only to the garments. As a stylist, you need to know the makeup, the hair, the accessories, what we are going to use for the look. So that's the job of a fashion stylist. Okay, so that goes for the difference between a designer and a stylist. Now, another question, where do you get a job as a stylist? Now, as a fashion stylist, you have amazing job opportunities. You could be working with serials, you could be designing for movies, ad films, music videos, or you could be a celebrity stylist, making the whole look for them for any of the award function or a premiere night or anything, right? Or you could also be a personal stylist where you could curate the clothes for the trousseau or just the personal wardrobe styling. So another very important question is, what do you really need to learn as a fashion stylist? So as a fashion stylist, it is very important that you need to know about the latest trends. You need to know the forecast, you need to know not only the garments, but the overall makeup, hair, everything. Apart from that, you need to know how to design for a different body types. So you should know if a person is very tall, how do I give her more volume so that she doesn't look so skinny? Or if somebody's got a problem figure, like she's got very heavy hips, how will I as a stylist create a focal point on the upper body? So might be giving more emphasis on the neck and giving some heavy accessories and a scarf or whatever, so that the attention is diverted on the upper body. So there are many tricks we use when when you're designing for a problem figure. So all this thing is very important to know if you are a personal stylist, or even if you're a stylist for movies. Another very important thing which you need to know is the characterization, especially for movies and ad films. There's lots of thought process which goes into it. So what is the characters need, what is you have to completely sit down and work on the characterization. Now let's say, for example, if you are styling for an ad film, very simple. So I'll tell you how the whole process goes. So say, for example, if I'm working for an ad film, the first thing is we have this first initial meeting with the creative head. So we sit down, understand what the product is, the whole storyline of that particular ad, how many characters are there. Now based on the product, based on the whole storyline, we decide the look of the character. So it could be a housewife. Again, housewife could be if she's a rural, a small town housewife, or if she's very modern housewife. The clothes changes, the hairstyle changes, the way her accessories, everything changes completely, even if she's a housewife. So when you're designing for a movie, it's of course in a very larger scale. You have completely, like you have like 40-50 characters to work on. It could be main lead, or all the extras and the chachas, the mamas, and the friend, the knocker, secretary, all that. So we style for each of them. Now all this thing is basically sourcing. Now depending upon the character, we go to the market, we buy the clothes. Many times we have a tie-up with other designers and they just lend the clothes on rent for the movie. So it depends upon movies to movie, budget to budget, all that. But yeah, as a stylist, your job is basically to source. Now when you say sourcing, it's not only restricted to clothes. The accessories, shoes, purse, everything, everything is done by a stylist. Similarly, if you are a celebrity stylist, you need not make the dresses. You have a tie-up with different designers, and depending upon your celebrity, if she's very famous, then yeah, it's very easy to get designers who are ready to lend their dresses for the heroine or hero, whatever. But if you're a newcomer, or if the celebrity, if she's not a very famous celebrity, then we have to uh, get our connections done. So again, if you're doing a mythological movie or a serial, there's lots of research which goes into it, and it's very interesting. I love doing mythological things also. Personally, I love working on the editorial part. It's lots of fun, and there's lots of creative liberty which you get when you're working for a magazine cover, or so it's very fun. It's lovely to work for even a lookbook, because that's lots of creative liberty you get. You can really play wonders, and you can go wild shooting for the magazine. So I hope this video was informative. Please feel free to ask me any questions, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because you're going to get many informative videos.